Christopher here, and this is the Patriot Report. Let's take a few minutes to talk about one of the most important parts of the United States Constitution, the First Amendment. It's short, just 45 words, but its impact is massive. It's the foundation of many of the freedoms we enjoy today, and it's all about limiting the power of government over our personal liberties. So what does it actually say? Here's the full text. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Let's unpack that, piece by piece. Religion. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. This does two big things. First, it prohibits the government from establishing an official religion. That means there can be no state church in the U.S., no forced religious beliefs, no tax dollars going to one religion over another. This is often called the Establishment Clause. Second, it protects your right to practice your religion freely, as long as you're not breaking other laws. This is the Free Exercise Clause. You can go to the church, mosque, synagogue, or temple of your choice, or none at all. The government can't tell you how to worship, or whether to worship at all. Together, these two clauses protect both freedom from government-controlled religion and freedom for individual religious expression. Speech, or abridging the freedom of speech. This is a big one. Freedom of speech means you have the right to express your opinions, whether popular or unpopular, without fear of government punishment. The government can't censor you, fine you, or jail you just for saying something they don't like. Now, this doesn't mean all speech is protected. There are some limited exceptions, like incitement to violence, true threats, or defamation. But the core idea is this: your right to speak freely acts as a shield against government control over thought and expression. Think about how powerful that is. In many countries, criticizing the government could get you arrested. But in the U.S., the First Amendment says the government must tolerate dissent, even if it's loud, rude, or offensive. The press, or of the press. Freedom of the press means journalists and media outlets have the right to report the news and share opinions without government interference. This ensures the public can stay informed and hold leaders accountable. It also limits the government's power to control information. They can't shut down a newspaper for publishing critical stories. They can't punish TV stations for exposing corruption. A free press is a check on government abuse. And today, the press doesn't just mean newspapers, it includes blogs, independent journalists, podcasts, and more. As long as they're informing the public and speaking truth to power, the First Amendment's got their back. Assembly, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble. This part gives you the right to gather with others in public, for protests, rallies, marches, or meetings, as long as it's peaceful. Whether it's civil rights, labor strikes, or simply a group advocating for change, peaceful assembly is a core part of a healthy republic. It limits government power by making it illegal for officials to break up a protest just because they don't like the message. Sure, the government can set reasonable rules, like requiring permits for large marches, but they can't use those rules to silence opposition. Petition. And to petition the government for a redress of grievances. This final clause gives you the right to ask your government to fix problems. You can write letters, file complaints, sign petitions, or even sue the government if your rights are being violated. It's a direct way for the people to hold leaders accountable and seek justice without violence. It reminds us that in a republic, government works for the people, not the other way around. In everyday life, you see the First Amendment in action all the time. It's in a protest at City Hall, a church service, a political meme, an investigative news story, or a viral video that sparks national conversation. Whether you're an activist or just someone posting online, the First Amendment protects your right to speak your mind, not because the government agrees with you, but because they're not allowed to control you. Final thoughts. So that's the First Amendment: religion, speech, the press, assembly, and petition. 5 powerful freedoms, all working together to limit government overreach and empower individuals. It's not just a legal document, it's a living promise that in America, the government doesn't get the final word, you do. This has been Christopher, and this is the Patriot Report. Stay informed. Stay principled. And above all, stay free. And that's something worth knowing and protecting.